Have you or a loved one ever been affected by disease? It wouldn't be uncommon. Over half the United States population is affected. That's about 3/4 of the population. It's a sad reality we have to deal with, and whether it's heart disease, diabetes, joint issues, arthritis, or more serious ones such as cancer and autoimmune disorders, it's becoming a bigger and bigger issue for us as a generation to handle, or previous generations to handle. So the solution to this issue, and to all people who deal with disease or any sort of issues when it comes to their health, is the AIP diet. Now, what the AIP diet is, it stands for Autoimmune Protocol Diet, and what it does is it focuses on the main concept of the paleo diet, which if you're not familiar with that, you've probably heard it a lot, but it's the concept that we eat what our ancestors would eat originally. So the hunter and gatherer method of protein, healthy meats, fish, chicken, stuff like that, healthily raised organic meat that's good for our bodies, vegetables, fruit, berries, nuts, whatever they would originally get for their food source. And so there's absolutely no processed foods involved with that diet, and nothing that has been generally created in the food category that's modern. So why is this so important? Well, according to the National United States Public Library of Medicine, increasing evidence shows that the AIP diet can modulate inflammation, which therefore reduces the symptoms of these diseases and can eradicate the disease altogether almost. It's an amazing thing, but really that whole slogan of food is medicine, well, it's true. It's coming up to be proving true in a lot of these instances. And a couple examples, personal examples from myself, and I'm sure that most of you could provide personal examples of people that you know have dealt with disease, and it's a sad, sad thing. My mom, whenever I was younger, around the time of 2005 to be exact, was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder. She was bedridden for a couple of years, and she literally, whenever she would walk and get up to go do things, she'd be walking on pins and needles. It was a very severe autoimmune disorder, and the doctors at that time didn't really have a lot of answers of what she could do. It was just a reality that she had to live in. So my mom naturally did research, and she consulted more doctors and more firms, and luckily there was a really enlightened, progressive medical firm that suggested she try a paleo diet or a AIP diet, which was, it's not a new concept, so it was back around by then, but she started improving and putting that diet into place, and naturally her body, her health, her well-being, her energy, it all jacked up, and she was back to normal, and she felt better than ever. And it took about a year or two for that to, well, I should say a year for that to happen, but she wasn't the only one. I know a coworker who I work with, his wife was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which is another severe autoimmune disorder, if you're familiar with that. But she was basically told the same thing by the doctors, so she consulted more medical firms, and eventually they recommended the AIP diet for her. And literally in a matter of months, she had told me her health improved, like she had zero pain. Her inflammation was way down. She didn't feel that same pain in all of her joints and limbs like she had before, and she had recovered. So it's an amazing thing what food can do for our bodies and how it can be such a great form of medicine. Now you're probably wondering, where can I learn more about this sort of thing? And I'd be glad to help you. On www.healthline.com, you can find a full guide for the AIP diet and how to implement it into your life. And it also has tailor-fit moldings for you depending on what you or a loved one is dealing with in your life. So likewise, or I should say diabetes, heart disease, cancer, things that are specifically affecting you or a loved one. They have different sorts of things in the guide that can help present those to you and present solutions. Overall, I'm a big believer that food is medicine, but let the facts speak for themselves through Healthline.com, American Hospital Association, and many other different medical firms. They all provide evidence that this AIP diet could be a big thing for people, and it could really help the issue of disease within our country and help revert all the horrible side effects that we have from these diseases, and hopefully provide a solution for people who feel hopeless. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and if you have a loved one or if you are somebody dealing with disease, I wish you the best recovery, and I hope that you find the solution you're looking for. Thank you.